We're welcoming back Joe Gavazzi, college basketball analyst, and Joe and I yesterday had a couple videos on some big games, and we were both on the right side with Oklahoma. 3 overtimes, they almost won it outright, but ended up falling short against Kansas, but covered very comfortably with the points. And then the other one was Carolina, and I just had a feeling about them, and Joe was feeling Florida State, which the track record showed Florida State, but I'll tell you, something happened with Carolina last night, and they came out on fire and stayed there. But Joe, we have a game that we're going to talk about, and it qualifies with one of your 29 Super D college basketball teams in the country. And you can check that video out. Very informative how Joe broke that article down, coming up with the teams that keep opponents under 65 points per game. So one of the games that, again, the team that fits in that category is Kansas State, and they are playing at Texas. And these are two very well-coached teams with Bruce Weber at Kansas State, Shaka Smart at Texas. Joe, I am very anxious to hear your breakdown on this, because when I looked at this game, I kind of thought, hey, K-State with the points might be a very nice play here.
Well, you're absolutely right, and we're going to give you the reasons why. First of all, let's talk about this Texas Longhorns program operating for the first time without Rick Barnes, who's matriculated to Tennessee, of course. And under his guidance, they were a defensive powerhouse in the half court. Well, now Shaka Smart is there, bringing his havoc defense from VCU to Texas, and he's finding out that it's tough to fit the square peg into the round hole. The 3-8 ATS record certainly an indicator of that. He's also finding out that this ain't the A10, as he did in his maiden voyage on the Big 12 road when his Longhorns lost outright to Texas Tech on Saturday. Of course, they'll now be operating again without Cameron Ridley, one of their best interior forces. To put it succinctly, it's still a work in progress for Shaka Smart at Austin, Texas. Kansas State, well, we had them circled as one of our bounce-back teams this year, as they were a team who had won 20 or more games in recent seasons and yet dropped to only 13 wins last year. It was going to be a tough task for Bruce Weber after we looked at the roster he had, but he cleaned house in the offseason and brought in blue-collar players that fit his style very well. Well, the numbers point that out. For right at the top of our list of Super Ds are these Kansas State Wildcats, allowing less than 65 points a game, less than 40% from the field, only 25% from the arc, and of course with positive rebound margin, assist-to-turnover ratio, and net turnover margin. This is a team that is way underrated and is getting a value price in this game. Nearly a touchdown or more from the Texas Longhorns today. Kansas State, a Super D as underdog, a clear play for us today.
Joe, you've sold me on that one, and I mean that. I really, really like this play now that I've listened to this whole breakdown. I liked it earlier, but just wasn't ready to push the button. But I think really because they do fit into that category, and, you know, Bruce Weber locks them down on defense. I couldn't agree with you more that Shaka Smart, it's a work in progress, and this is a whole different league that he's in now. So I like that play. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out and won it outright. So you heard it, viewers. Kansas State, one of the Super Ds in college basketball, plus the 6.5. You might even catch it +7 at Texas. Joe, thank you so much. We look forward to having you again back with us real soon.